What's up YouTube? Just got back from the gym and figured I'm going to do a quick video on carb cycling for bodybuilding. As you can probably tell, my lovely recording studio has been dismantled to make way for Christmas decorations. So I am now limited to the couch. I will apologize for that right away. Getting right into the video, carb cycling can be used for one of two things, either cutting or bulking. We'll touch on both of those briefly, but mostly this video is going to focus on using it for cutting because I don't have a problem bulking. A little bit of calories, a little bit of steroids, and away to the races we go. Carb cycling is a way to trick your body into changing or altering itself while using less calorie variance. So you can either use carb cycling for bulking or cutting. It works both ways. Basically what it is using the amount of carbohydrates you take in throughout the course of your day to trick your body into changing without actually altering the amount of calories you're taking in one way or the other. With any carbohydrate cycle, you're going to run high days, low days, and medium days. When you're bulking, I alternate them in a row like that. So one high day, one low day, one medium day, one high day in that area. And what that does is prevent your body from plateauing. Say you're taking in 4,000 calories a day. When you alternate the amount of carbs, you can continue to take in 4,000 calories for however long and still gain weight off it without, or I should say gain lean muscle mass off it without having to increase your calories. Because the more you increase your calories, the more fat you're going to end up with, and the harder that is going to be to cut when you're going to be cutting for a show. But it's going to really depend on where you're at and how your body responds to it. But for example, a low carb day would be 300 grams of carbs, and then a medium would be 350, and then a high would be 400, right? When you're cutting, I structure my carb cycling slightly differently. Now, a lot of people say when you're cutting, you want to only start carb cycling when you have to. I think that's absolute bullshit. I think that right off the hop, everybody should be running a carb cycle because it prevents your body from plateauing in the first place, right? So say you start cutting at 2,700 calories, you can maintain that 2,700 for 2 weeks instead of a week if you're running a proper carb cycle and still be losing, your 1% body weight per week. The way I structure my carb cycling for cutting is right now I just started cutting. So I'm on 150 grams of carbs a day, and that's my low day, and I run 3 low days in a row, and then I increase for 1 medium day. My medium day would be 200 grams of carbs, and then I'd run another 3 days with 150 grams of carbs, and then I'd run a 300 gram for my high day of carbohydrates. Now this is going to change once I get closer to competition. Once I'm about 6 weeks out, my low days are going to be keto, so under 30 grams of carbs a day, mostly from green vegetables and things like that. And then afterwards I'll do the exact same high days I do now, maybe a little less, but it'll probably be 300 grams of carbs. And then what that does is restores my glycogen in my muscles, so that I don't bleed off as much muscle when I'm cutting. And then as I progress, hopefully I should maintain as much muscle as possible, without having to duck below 2,000 calories a day, at least until I'm 4 or 5 weeks old, and then it's pretty much just straight chicken from there. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you learned something. Like and subscribe below. Thanks for watching.